Orianna bot lane.
Oh, that's true.
It is possible that we could have an Orianna bot lane from Viper. He is very, very inventive as a player.
Oh, wow.
So we got the...
Well, Tarzan priced into protecting Sword here just a little bit, but the briefcase is going to land, and the flash in from Sword teleport to come down, but I don't know whether it's going to be enough, and first blood going over to Tarzan.
Very nice. Varus.
Speaking of which, Chains of Corruption are going to go down. Viper is up in the ultimate, but the wish comes in and it's not enough! That's the lethality that we were talking about as Deft looks as nonchalant.
To keep up the pace of the game. So they invest a lot, sack bot lane for a little while, probably at the cost of a rod of age, top side.
Yep, another crush going to be used. Remember, Smeb holding on to that flash for a very long time. Not into the wall. Minion's going to help him out there as well. No need for the flash yet again, unless they go for the dive. He does have the flash, turns it around even through the wish, and goes 1-for-1 top side.
He'll never use his flash, but he will use. The crunch hits him there, takes him down. The wish a little bit too late to keep him up. In the bot side, they punish and this outrange the Swain plan. Also, we said, well, Griffin's one weakness was the early game as OGN
side traded for the outer on the top side. See whether Griffin continue pushing, whether KT do the same thing on the top side of the map. Griffin with a bigger minion wave, but only by a few creeps.
It's also feels like a third episode of the season, so I'll hold the point.
Yep, Smeb does have that Mega Nara. That's the bounce you were looking for. Doesn't have the flash, has the ult, but it's not enough. And Tarzan grabs the kill despite.
It's the light at the end of the tunnel, but the gold right now for KT gets into their mid-game core, and the mid-game is not
standing with all of these minions, and for the first time, Score is down here to get the gank on. Blade of the Ruined King's going to be there. He uses it as the Grievous Wounds. Will it be enough? Smeb keeping distance, has the stopwatch. Redemption down as well, but KT, they're doubling in on this one. Rune Prison for the Mundo, and you are going to the Death Chamber no matter how hard you try. Marta turns up, and Lehens just gets soloed by the damn Morgana. KT
outwits the defensive decision-making from Griffin. They took a very decisive path through the enemy jungle to the Soraka that they didn't control.
KT can make it up there. As Score, he's going to throw down the pillar. Lehen's taking some damage here. Deft waiting for the ultimate, does get it. Oh god, the 1-2 punch almost enough to get rid of the Soraka, but she's not going to be able to do any healing unless she wants to kill herself. And KT get a free tower here in the mid lane. A lot of pressure. It's all over the map, and a lot of it stems from Smeb, who's now got free time on the bottom side as well.
And Deft, of course, follows ARAM rules. If he can control the mid lane and force everyone to react, he's going to be able to rain down and take turrets, but also poke you away. So the moment they were forced to cut shows. Remember, they don't have Baron control right now. Okay, Sword runs at Smeb. Look at what KT do. They're straight on Baron.
Yep, they're straight on there, and the flash going to be used very quickly here from Smeb. He actually wants to keep this fight going. Has himself the stopwatch, buying as much time as he can. Has it been enough, though, is the question. Deft moves over. They're looking to try and take down the Baron before anything can happen. Baron! Oh, it's going to be stolen by Viper! It could be all over from this point as we see our first shockwave onto Score. They are going to be able to take down this outer turret with this free Baron buff that is swirling around them.
Unless he gets a lot of help, is going to be enough to shrug off the burst in inverted commas. And now Griffin, with the Baron they shouldn't have, is rolling straight through mid.
They are. And Sword has got to the point where he can be very, very tanky. Nah, split pushing on the bottom side because he just can't help in this counter siege. And they will brute force this mid lane inhibitor turret. Can Smeb get enough done in the meantime as this inhibitor is certainly going down? Score also taking a lot of damage as he moves towards his bottom lane inhibitor turret. Flash forward as they pull back the Trundle. Does have the stopwatch. A lot of damage coming in here as Chovy thinking about just winning the game. Ball flies forward as now Smeb, he has made his way back, but it means they're not winning anything elsewhere on the map, and they're just trying to defend. KT may have lost it all just right here.
It seems so likely, and unless we see a big play from Smeb, I think they're done.
Yeah, he does have that Mega Nara available. It was a big rock to be thrown on top.
Is basically gone.
Yeah, and there is absolutely nothing they can do here. They trade inner turret for inner turret. Teleport going to come in just to make sure the UCAL gets
respected. The sweet hat is there for the Orianna. And Mata.
Possibly just caught out here. Black Shield is going to come down as Tarzan wants it. Oh god, the red buff is going to be enough to grab the kill in the fight, and teleport from Sword gets him in there. Vision of Empire is giving vision to the potentially dead KT members because this is 5v4 and the team fight comp has 5.
Only frustration here for Griffin. Both the neutrals are up, so do you just push and ignore them, or do you try to go to one? Sword is trying to buy time in the mid lane while they take the Elder.
Well, Elder Drake is going to be started here as Sword taking a fair bit of damage, but
trying
does
to zone
have the
them away
ultimate.
From Baron.
certainly is going to be able to do that for now, as they do have the information. There's the Realm Warp, as 4 members of KT just want to take down the big purple worm. Remember, Tarzan is down there, but the smite was not on point for Score, as he's going to have to hit it this time. He does so, and now they're looking for more. Yukal comes down, they trade the buffs, but now Smeb hopping over the wall. They've got themselves a wish, and now Score, can he just buy space to give KT the Baron buff that they
this mid lane inhibitor?
Yep, on Sword. He's going to see whether he can get it as the piercing arrows are flying in. Tarzan has to be respected. He does so much damage in Smeb. There's no GA on this Gnar at all. Yukal coming down trying to get damage onto Sword. He does have Marilla Nomicon at least, but it's not doing enough.
If Def walks up and gets popped, maybe the game just ends.
Yeah, well, he's right in the back line here as Sword has a good position. Realm Warp comes down. They're just trying to lock down Viper. We'll see whether it's going to be enough now as Tarzan going 1v1 versus Marta. I think I know where my money's at. As the wish comes in, they do get the stopwatch. Has to flash out of the way, but Sword in great position. Lamb's Respite is something that Def could potentially use right here as Tarzan taken down to the Guardian Angel. Great positioning here as well from Deft as he's firing shots into the backline. The Gnar only onto a single target, but is it the right one as Tarzan gets taken down? Single man shockwave as well, only onto Score, and KT trying to take down everything that they can. They understand with a man advantage like this, it's huge. And they do so much damage to these structures. Yukal is tearing them apart. They take 2 inhibitors, and now Griffin, it's all turned around in their face.
Can this actually end the game? Your first thought is no. KT do agree. Stone Plate here just to do more tankiness. It means the Orianna damage needs to be the big carrying factor. Sword's behind.
Yeah, they're going for the flanking play here as Deft throws the ult forward, finds the piercing arrow. Sword's just going to jump onto Deft. This is what you were talking about. Can be the problem, but unfortunately for Griffin, it's just not enough. And KT, they get the disengage that they were looking for.
Orianna can just never get in range to actually use Command, Protect, or Threaten with the Shockwave. So there's no damage to follow Sword. A full disengage from KT, and now KT want to disengage just the Baron.
Yeah, Realm Warp, this is going to go down so incredibly fast. Yes, you can see it, Griffin, but now you see it, now you don't. The purple worm is dead, and that's how you avoid a smite battle.
Canvas again and again, and could win this game one.
Well, they're going to find the last inhibitor turret on the top side of the map. Like you were saying, Yukal, he once again
opt into a clump, you'd imagine, KT. It's about the only way they can lose with this Baron buff.
And Smeb just playing so aggressively. Chovy goes down without being able to press any buttons at all. Nexus Turret 1 is dead. Nexus Turret 2 sure to follow if Def throws any autos at it. And Smeb still just playing with fire. Yukal flashes forward and explodes Lahens. It was opportunistic, but it was beautiful as Griffin now have to try and defend an open Nexus. Inhibitors are going to be respawning, but this is so dangerous. And despite getting to the late game, despite getting to where they wanted to be, it's still KT able to team fight Griffin in the late game and take home the victory. Nexus at half health, Smeb just playing with the players of Griffin, and Tarzan relegated to the fountain. See you later, KT win game one. Oh, okay, the Jace is going to be locked in. So I believe that's, where?
There's a lot of different things you can score. He's going for a path that can't be scouted, but Tarzan is here. Here we go.
In goes Smeb. It seems that Score has got the memo as Tarzan turns up. Will they be able to get the chase? They don't as the Nocturne falls down. Smeb is going to be able to get that one, but Tarzan, he got the double buffs, and now Smeb's trying to do all the work that he can. Another mark is going to come in. He's going to be able to pick up another stun, but Viper teleports top, and the Seismic Shove's going to pick it up. A 2-for-1 in the top lane for Griffin.
They're seeing a second teleport.
Doesn't get the Vision of Empire is deft, but he's been one of our best Swains, and he's decided to pull the trigger now. They're going in onto Lahens, but he's got a stopwatch. Teleports coming in from Griffin as Marta's going to get out of there. They've given up on Deft. They know he's going to die here. He does use his stopwatch, but I have a feeling that was a silly choice because 5 members versus just Deft down here, and it is going to be X marks the spot for the kill. Teleport. Ocean Drake, that's going to go to Griffin. And that's going to be the spoils that they pick up from that particular gank. 2,000 gold also going to be the lead here. Wasted by Griffin on the top side of the map means that that gold lead that they got very early isn't going to change as Smeb's going to get booped out. Everyone's going to meet each other though. Marta with massive damage. He's going to try and find more with all the CC that he has available to him as Tarzan gets booped out. That's a disaster. Deft wants to find more. Demonic Ascension comes in, but X marks the spot, and that's going to be the Nocturne falling down. KT, how have you not got a kill out of all of this? And Paddlestar even going to register. Double kill comes in for the Zoe as Chovy has been unleashed.
Can be very fickle.
Yeah, man. I don't know how that went wrong for KT. That Pulverize looked all too good for Shelly, who will be able to get at least one charge. Not quite. Oh, is able to finish it off. Thankfully, that's cut one of those 5 Drake games at all. As Smeb was going for the steal, the Shuriken steal. I like it. Buffed up a little bit, given the fact that he's got Cal just destroying the outer turret top lane very, very easily. That's going to go down, but it's traded. Outer in bottom lane also falling.
It's game.
Flank. Smeb as well hasn't given his position away as KT decide they'll give up on this turret, and Smeb stays bottom side.
A 300 understand what they got from blowing the teleport. They take the mid lane turret that could have lasted another 5 minutes as the 5,000 gold lead they're currently wearing might look. Speaking of aggressive.
Yep, we are going to find the 2v1. Can Yukal actually find himself the victory here though? Last breath does come down, only gets 1 knock-up for it though, and the Yasuo is going to die forced. First, KT turn up to the fight early, however they're still getting outmanned, and Lahens takes down the Nocturne. Now it's another stopwatch for Deft, but finds himself in amongst 4 people. X marks the spot yet again, and Mata also going to suffer defeat. 1-9 in kills. Griffin fights, however it doesn't even matter because Smeb decides he's not going to try and fight it. Baron goes down, and now this inner turret, Tarzan doing a lot of damage, but they've got this huge minion wave, and Baron empowered creeps, so it goes down very, very quickly. The next inner pinged in the mid lane. Is Griffin just going to drop them like dominoes? KT, where are the options?
They don't have any. They have to all in with Smeb because they don't have any way. In a long enough fight, it doesn't matter. He doesn't have the IE, but this might not be a long fight.
Yep, charge is going to come down. At least the seismic shove doesn't land onto Yukal. As okay, Viper's going to joust his way out. That's a lot of buttons now on cooldown as teleport to come in. Smeb wants to get over the wall. There it is, the ultimate to come forward. Tarzan with a stopwatch of perfect timing though. And now Yukal needs to find the knock-up if they're going to get this work done because KT members are falling left, right, and center. This play from Griffin is stunning. Doesn't matter if the cannon gets in there. You're too damn far behind.
I think we go to game number 3. I think they might just about close out the game here. Death time is around 40 seconds on Deft. See if that's too bold a call. They don't have minions, but Griffin just perfect aced KT Rolster.
Yeah, the 5-man ace. Thankfully, backdoor bonus is in here at the moment for KT fans, but now the minions turn up, and these structures will evaporate. Griffin, you were talking about the hyperdrive many times, Papa. Sword is going to eat these turrets. They've got so many people with auto attack damage. Nexus is going to die next, and like you say, we have a treat today. It's game 3, KT versus Griffin.
First victory.
Now, and I have a feeling Smeb wants to do this. The Rumble is going to be locked in. It should be going to Smeb, and Papa's clapping. He's ready to see
turret aggros. The minion wave was dying. Yukal finds Tarzan.
He's going to find him, and also almost gets the boot back with the seismic shove. It's a massive level advantage as the equalizer is god tier from Smeb, and will be able to get first blood. He wasn't even on the same screen.
Hello, my name's Smeb. My pocket pick is Rumble. No surprise here. We know how good it is. Sword trying to make something, but there's 3.
Yep, special delivery to the bottom side. That's a huge knock-up, but Sword is still going to die. And Smeb tanking up the turret will fall. So it's a 1-for-1, and Chovy wants to get even more. There is no mana on Yukal at all as Score dances out of the way, but can't dance far enough. Disintegration rate.
You get on hit. Healing reduction is mid lane.
Okay, Chovy's just dead. Yukal just solos him. All right, this is why he was a Talia.
Well,
that's the damage potential of this Talia. It's why she gets banned so much, but man, you're expected to miss some.
Yeah, he's been on a leash. He's been on such a short leash that we've seen no relevance out of the Nocturne first pick at all.
Poke damage might be enough to get them this outer turret in the mid lane, however, and they do so.
The vision control they had gave them perfect information over how the bot lane turret had been killed. Only now is it going down. But such is the control that getting to Raptors was impossible at 18 minutes in the game, even with an outer bot lane turret only now being crashed.
You can now face down against anyone and feel really good about it. Deft going to help take down this Ocean Drake that KT are going to augment their earlier one. But look at this. They've got so much single target damage onto this buff as Sword.
Yet.
Tarzan's going to get in there. Steals the Baron once again. Score needs to use the Lamb's Respite early as the True Shot Barrage does basically nothing. Yukal gets rid of the Nocturne, but he's already done everything that he wanted to do. The double knockback coming in from Sword is now Chovy is going ballistic on the backline. Deft trying to get all of the shots he needs, but Sword somehow survives and it's a disaster once again. Score, where are the smites, buddy?
You knew it had to be this way. We were problem solving how it would happen, and it does happen. Marta walks away. This is him accepting that, yes, I really should have taken smite. I needed that. No unsealed spellbook.
Griffin is going to go down. KT not going to bother trying to contest that one as they move minion waves away from their structure.
Perhaps the paranoia and just a bit of burst damage will be enough. They take down what represents a lot of standing gold.
Work out here for Griffin, who have managed to find themselves some territory that it may actually be dangerous stuff. Weaver's Wall going to come down as Lamb's Respite. Very early usage to come in from Score as Viper not going to get a lot of value out of his stopwatches. True Shot Barrage was good, and Sword trying to split up this fight. Equalizer in a great position, but more defensive use from KT as Griffin don't lose anyone and are able to back away successfully.
How many true
Sword in the back line. Tarzan trying to get into the pit as the Baron is low. It's once again going to be a 50-50, but this time Score gets it. Immediately he's going to fall down as Griffin are going to suffer at the hands of KT, but Chovy getting a couple on the back end of it. Easily grab this inner turret.
Terrain and Nocturne is definitely, as we both alluded to, set up.
Yep.
KT pushing out. They got the Baron. Would love to get an inhibitor turret, but they might lose their shit.
Oh, there's the boot back. Beautiful stuff onto Marta. Yeah. The equalizer also invested.
4v4. I think if Tarzan comes back, he can, of course, ult very quickly. But he's a bit slow on the return. Maybe the call wasn't clear. Viper's walking up as the Nocturne comes back. He gets a flash out of Yuka.
Yep, Yuka going to flash his way out, and this may actually not be over just yet as he gets pulled back in. Stopwatch comes down. Paranoia, as like you say, the Nocturne wants to get back in here. He will fly forward. Lamb's Respite is going to be used just in time as True Shot Barrage softens up all the members of Griffin. It is Yuka grabbing a kill, and Score dancing out of the way, but the ultimate's no good this time from Chovy, and Deft wants to find the fight once again. KT Rolster feeling pretty comfortable against the two AP damage threats. So I guess 3 coming down from Griffin. It's just Tarzan that's going to offer him any troubles.
It does feel like we're at the whim of when Griffin choose to engage rather than KT that have been winning the entire time.
Oh,
although
they're going to try and turn that one around as Lehans does have to use his Zhonya's, and now the Lamb's Respite comes in. It's going to save all the members of every team right now. There's Marta so low. Deft grabs the first kill in the fight, but Slord is going to immediately follow that one up. Score out of this one now forever as Yukal trying to be the savior. Tarzan still has his Guardian Angel available as now Deft having to deal with Viper, who flashes forward. Yukal as well is going to be able to get that GA, and Viper suffers the wrath of Deft and Score. KT rain hell on Griffin, and this might just be it.
KT Rolster getting over some humps in their comp and get the Baron. They can't end the game from this play, but the Baron will feel so sweet. Flashes in for damage, miscalculates, and this Swain really has not worked out for the side of frustrated Griffin. Them for 45 minutes.
Yep, and Sword is going to stay in there, trying to at least offer something for the side of Griffin, but he's not going to get there. Deft, look at how safe he feels. Hit by the damage that Chovy throws in, actually looking pretty relevant here, but finally the base is broken. Inhibitor taken down. KT dancing their way towards their next
engage till those buffs are down, but look at how much they'll lose trying to wait for a better time.
Yeah, these towers are just melting at the hands of KT. Marta even putting pressure enough to bring 2 people down towards the bottom side of the map as Griffin really want to hang on to at least part of their base. Yucal turns up, but that is 2 inhibitors. Successful Baron here on the 3rd time of our
feel there's a team fight they can win. They cannot afford to give up 3 inhibitors though, and another Weaver's Wall is thrown out.
Yep, used on cooldown, and that is going to be the end of that turret. Lehans desperately wants to.
I think you have to make it engage at some point, Griffin. You need a last stand. Will they even make it?
Yeah, and is it going to be a last stand around Nexus turrets? Looks like it will be. At least they have a couple more.
Our series, Weaver's Wall thrown down. Viper separated.
Yeah. Got threaded volley working out his sword. He's going to dive in, but it's a great Zhonya's from Smeb to keep him alive. Paranoia to come through as well, but Griffin are suffering. The first turret is going to go down, the second one under fire. The equalizer is incredible on the backline to get them away from this Nexus that KT have in their sights. That's going to be that. It's a 2-1 this time, but still.